Alright, next up, I'm going to be answering some of your questions. I literally just did a post on my Instagram, just throwing it out there. So I'm going to be answering some of your questions. And I think this is so important because it's okay me just sitting here and like talking about my experience, but I really want to know what you guys want to know. Like that's the key thing. So Georgie asks, if you've had Hey Georgie. If you've had lip fillers, does your lip line start to lose pigment? A few influencers I watch seem to have not so much strong lip line anymore. So if you do have lip fillers, it does not get rid of your pigment at all. Your pigment will still be there. But just like anything that elasticates, I think your lips naturally are a little bit darker, and the more filler you have in and stretch them out, they might look a little bit paler. But I definitely don't really feel I've seen any pigment change on my lips. Next question. Cassandra Angel 321 asks, how long does filler last and Botox? So Botox, so these questions are quite hard because it really depends on your metabolism and how fast you break products down, okay? It also depends on your lifestyle. So for example, if you are an active, very sporty person, you're doing a lot more things, you're getting your metabolism really going. So things like Botox and fillers might break down quicker. Now Botox tends to, textbook answer, last around about 3 months, sometimes 3 to 4 months, depending on the person. It could last more or less. A filler really depends on what type of filler you have. If you have a very hard filler, which is to replicate like cheekbone or jawbone or even like your nose, then it will probably last longer because it's a thicker product. The filler that they usually use on the lips is a lot softer and smoother, so this obviously might break down a little bit quicker. Again, period wise, it's really varies. It just depends. I feel like I probably get my lips done like once or twice a year max, so I feel like that definitely lasts a long time. Bradley James 74 says, have you had your nose done? Would you? So I haven't had any surgery, but I have had filler to kind of help smooth and create more of a profile look on my nose. Rebecca Karina asks, can you get infections from fillers? So this is quite rare. Personally, I've never ever had an infection, but of course it can happen. Make sure again you're going to someone really good you can, and obviously if you've just had injectables, I would probably say please don't touch it with your dirty hands because there's a open hole there, you know? Don't touch it at all. Try not to put any makeup on. I think this normally happens when someone's just had something done and they start touching their face and putting all makeup on and it's like contaminated. So it is very rare. Usually what happens from fillers is you will experience sometimes bruising or swelling or tenderness, and those are all completely normal. Courtney Houseman asks, do you lose feeling in your lips after having them filled? So the answer is no. You should still maintain sensation. That would be terrible if you couldn't feel them. After you've just had them done, obviously you've probably had an aesthetic or numbing cream put on them, so you're going to be numb. Once that wears off, then your lips will just feel quite tender, and after a few days, then they'll just feel like normal again. So Just Nadian says, do you ever get over the fear of needles? So I definitely feel like when I first started having treatments, I was so scared I couldn't even look at the needle. My eyes were closed. I didn't want to look, hold my hands and be like, oh, when is it over? Think about the end result. But honestly now guys, I have to hold a camera and film myself getting this done. So I do feel like I'm less scared of it. I'm probably fine looking at other people. Sometimes I'm like, oh, but when it's on myself, it's, I don't know, it's okay. Like, I don't mind it. WTF Mayo. I'm not even gonna try and say that. Is it possible to remove lip fillers? Yes, you can, as long as they are hyaluronic acid based lip fillers or any types of fillers. You can also get them dissolved. You can do that. So it is reversible, and again, that's the thing that I absolutely love about filler. Please make sure that you're not going for the permanent options. You want to be going for that hyaluronic acid based filler, which is probably what most practitioners are using now. And what you can do is you can also reverse it. So if you're unhappy with anything, they can just simply inject this fluid. I can't pronounce it, but it's called hyaluronase or something like this, and it breaks down the hyaluronic acid and it just goes through your system. Now hyaluronic acid is something that is currently present in everyone's skin anyway. Don't be alarmed. Like it's great because it's not artificial, you know, it's something that's currently already present in the skin. Now Kayla 13 October, hello, says, what formula of lip filler does your doctor use? Also, are you ever worried a procedure might go wrong and you might be at risk of a botched lip injection. How do you prepare for yourself for lip injections? Okay, so the formula really depends on the practitioner, and usually they're going to be using a Juvederm, some of them use a Voluma, but like I said, it's more about firm or soft filler. So as long as they're using something that is hyaluronic acid based, that is a soft filler, don't try and get confused with all the names and stuff. And if you're worried and want to know, ask your practitioner, like, what are you using on me? And that's okay. I think sometimes in the past I've been like, I want to ask her what she used on me, but I don't know because I can't remember. Just ask. Just please ask. Just be like, hey, what product did you use on me? I really want to know. Also, am I worried that a procedure might go wrong? Hell yes. Every single time you do something, it's just the same risks. You need to be aware of the risks that you undergo when you're having anything done. Whether it's surgery or Botox or fillers, there are complications that can happen. So again, this really supports the fact that you need to know and trust where you're going and who you're going to. How do you prepare yourself for lip injections? Girl, you got 3 questions. Well done, honey. So in order to prepare, I like to say never have vitamin D on that day. Try not to take any medication at all. Medication like ibuprofen, paracetamol or vitamin D will thin out your blood, which may lead to more bleeding than usual, which will lead to more bruising. So those are really key. Another thing that I found is not to have a coffee beforehand, because again, that would just speed up your metabolism and you might be bleeding more than usual. So make sure you eat something beforehand so you're not like going pale from the noodle, so you're nice, comfortable and relaxed. But apart from that, that's absolutely fine. And the next question is going to be from Yesid21. Do fillers really reduce pore size? No, I personally don't think fillers do reduce pore size at all. If you're worried about skin texture, I think that maybe a different skin treatment is going to be better suited for you. So maybe looking at treatments that focus on the external skin texture. Fillers, dermal fillers and Botox are kind of like underneath, so they tackle like the muscles and volume to the face, so they're not really around the surface of the skin. Alright guys, so I just want to say a huge thank you to every single person who sent a message and posted a comment on my Q&A. I hope that I've answered them to the best of my ability. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. Like I said, it takes a lot for someone to sit in front of a camera, no makeup on, and talk about something as openly as this. And I know that sometimes this might go against me, but you know what? I'm an open and honest person, and I just want to make sure that there's something out there that people can turn to and they can look for advice. And yeah, you know, just do the thing. Also guys, what I really want to do for you is write down my personal recommendations of people in London who I have personally seen and who I think are at the top of their game when it comes to aesthetics. I have obviously seen quite a few different people, so I'm going to pop down their links and websites, and you can obviously go and check them out, see if you like them. Obviously I don't get anything for this, but this is just me being really honest and obviously promoting the people that I think are amazing at what they do. So I hope that helps. From me, I want to say a huge thank you again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and press that bell button, honey. And I will see you guys soon. Big love.